Okay, attempt number 2 at an online Pilates class. All right, so what we'll need for this class, if you have it, and you can pretty much do anything without any of the equipment that I'm suggesting, but I like a strap, just like a resistance band, and then a seat that you can sit on where your hips are in alignment with your knees, about the same height. You don't want to be sitting with them up or way down too low. They're better if you're a tiny bit above your knees, if the hips are a tiny bit above, but ideally they're pretty much straight right across at a 90-degree angle. And a mat. The other thing you can use if you don't have a resistance band is you could use some kind of like a broom. This is my Swiffer. Spend a lot of time together, me and the Swiffer. Okay, so we're going to move this stuff out of the way a bit, and we will just come down onto the ground to get into a little bit of a warm-up here. Okay, so roll on down, lie down. Make sure I'm recording here. Yep, I am. Okay. Lie down. Feel your body heavy into your mat. Breathing in deep into your belly and exhaling. So we'll start with some nice deep belly breathing here. Getting a full exhalation, emptying those lungs completely, and then breathing in through your nose, filling those lungs, exhaling, breathing out. Cue for me, probably a cue for you. Release that neck a little. Chin is just kind of a little bit more toward the chest. We don't want to have that tension in that neck. Be able to move it back and forth. Feel length through the back of your neck as you do this. Now we started with that low belly breathing, but I'd like to now bring that into the back line of your body. So bring your hands to your rib cage in the back line of your body. Plug your belly button into the floor, or at least feel like you're trying to plug your belly button into the floor. Your sacrum is still heavy. You don't want to go into a curl here. Keep that sacrum heavy. Inhale to prepare, exhale. As you inhale now, I want you to keep those low abs engaged and breathe into the back line of your body. So inhaling. Feel those rib cages in the back line of your body expand. Exhale. Completely emptying the lungs, feeling like you're plugging that belly button even deeper into the ground beneath you. Inhaling and exhaling. A few more breaths like that. Now bring your arms long. Reach your fingertips almost as if you're trying to touch the backs of your heels. You might even need to move your heels a little bit closer to your bottom. Already I'm feeling my hamstrings. Woo, a little crampy. So I want you to now, you have this low abdominal engagement. You've got the belly button reaching toward the spine, trying to plug into the mat. I want you to now open up those collarbones, nice and wide. Arms are reaching long. Feel as if you're drawing your scapula together and down in the back. So you have that engagement underneath your armpits and in your low abs. And that is something you're going to keep for most of class. So we're going to go right into our pelvic curl. So take an inhale. Fill the back line of your body with air. Exhale. Curl that pubic bone toward the belly button. And then reach through the knees to lift your bottom off the ground. Feel those hamstrings engage. Make sure that you're on the base of your shoulders, that your collarbones are wide, your head is relaxed, your chin is relaxed. Inhaling at the top, exhaling, rolling on through. Keeping that pubic bone reaching toward the belly button and releasing it at the very last moment. Keep going. Inhaling. Exhale. Belly button to spine. Pubic bone to belly button, reach through the front of the thighs. You're feeling energy from the top of your hips reaching through like you're trying to touch the wall in front of you. Inhale at the top, exhale, down. You can pick up the pace with that a little bit here. Make sure you get that full release. Inhale, exhale. Keep your gaze low. That's a big cue for me personally. It's very easy for me to get into my head and neck. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 2 more. Let's make them juicy and beautiful. This is your workout. Last one. Inhale, fill the back line of those lungs. Exhale. Gaze is low toward the upper corner of the wall. Missing the studio in a big way here, but this will do. Right? Okay, good. Now we're going to bring our feet together. Squeeze those inner thighs together. You have the option of keeping your feet down on the ground, or you can elevate them slightly, or you can bring them up into a tabletop for our spine twist. I tend to bring my arms out wide for my spine twist. Keep the shoulders down and away from your ears, plugging in under the armpit. You can also have them long, whichever is working for you and your body today. Take an inhale, drop the legs to the right, trying to keep your rib cage down on the mat. Exhale, use your obliques to draw back center. Inhale to the left. Try to keep those knees in alignment with one another. So you might have to reach through that top thigh a little more. Keeping those inner thighs engaged. They're plugged together like there's a belt wrapped around them. A little Erica cue there. Feel that shake in the obliques. Inhale. Exhale. I promise I'll give you the juicy stretch after this, but I want you to really, really work to get that deep stretch through the upper body, through the waist, and then draw back using the obliques. Inhale. We're going to do 1 more on each side after this. Inhale. Exhale, obliques. Actually visualize the muscle group that you're using as you're doing this. And exhale. Okay, bring those feet down. We're going to do our real standard warm-up here. So interlace your fingers, bring your hands behind your head. I want you to lift your head. And now I want you to press your head back into your hands. Let it be heavy. Also, come into the your occipital points here, these little spots on the back of your head, and kind of put your thumbs in there and almost pull your head off of your neck. Feel that stretch through your lats when you do that. So you want to feel like you're kind of giving yourself a little traction almost with your hands. All right, so your fingers are interlaced. They remain interlaced the whole time. Now, bring your shoulders up by your ears, and now draw your shoulders down. Feel that underarm connection. This is going to help you throughout the entire chest lift. So head comes back. Head is heavy. Fingers are interlaced. Shoulders are down and away from ears. You are engaged underneath those armpits. Take an inhale. Exhale. Let your abdominals lift you up over that front rib cage. Keep the head heavy. Inhale back. Exhale up. Your gaze is low. You feel that almost traction as you draw back. So it's intense in those abs, maybe even a little shaky. And then you feel the stretch through the spine as you draw back. Inhale, exhale, up, up over that front rib cage. And we come down. Inhale, exhale, up. And down. We're going to do 1 more. We're going to stay up for our chest up with rotation. Inhale, exhale, lift. Now keep your chin in alignment with your sternum. You can come into prayer hands if you'd like. Just keep those shoulders down and away. We twist to the right, draw back center through the oblique. Inhale, twist. Exhale, draw back center. Hands can stay behind. Just keep your chin in alignment with your chest and keeping those shoulder blades lifted. Whatever works best for your body. Sometimes the prayer hands makes it tough in your neck, but I find for me a lot of times it helps me keep my shoulder blades lifted. Let's do one more on each side. Oh, I'm warm. And roll it on back. Extend those arms. Overhead. Oh, that feels good, that feels good, that feels good. Okay, okay. All right, so we're gonna stay here on the ground. Arms down by your side. Lift one leg into tabletop, and then lift the other leg into tabletop. Lift your arms up overhead, reaching toward the ceiling. We're gonna do a little ab work here, a little 100, and we're going to, a little 100 prep and a little coordination. These are exercises that we often do on our reformer classes. So we'll start with taking an inhale. As we exhale, we'll just come up into chest lift. As you bring your hands up toward your knees, try to come a little higher and roll on back. Inhale, exhale. Lift up and roll on back. Inhale, exhale. And roll on back. Inhale, exhale. And roll on back. Keep that underarm connection. Keep those shoulder blades reaching down and back. Keep the hips heavy. Last one. Roll all the way down. Foot down, foot down. Give yourself a little stretch. We're going to add on, work into it. Good. All right, so bring those arms up, legs up. And now we are just going to extend the legs. Okay, so just the legs are moving right out at a diagonal. If you have difficulty in that low back, just bring the legs up. So we exhale. Inhale, draw back in, keeping those abs engaged. You always want that belly button reaching for the spine here to maintain lower back stabilization. If you let that back arch, you run a risk of injuring yourself and having this fall right into the lower back. Again, if this is, you can always single this out, keep going. You can single it out. You can go high, or you can go right out that diagonal. Last one, keep the legs out for a second. I'm just gonna have you open about a foot or so and close. Open and close. Open and close. Two more. Whew, those low abs are awake. And bring those knees in. Hug your knees to your chest. Roll it around. And now we're going to add that all together for coordination. At the end of the day, if this isn't working in your body, you do what does work in your body. Do your 100 prep. Do just a chest lift. Okay, so wherever you are at today, you can modify however you need to. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring both legs into tabletop one at a time. Okay, those inner thighs are gently pressing together. Arms are reaching up overhead. Take an inhale. Exhale. Everything comes up. Legs extend. Open and close. Bring the knees in first. Then the hands come up to the knees. And we roll back. Inhale, exhale. Everything comes up. Open, close. Knees in. Hands to knees. Roll on down. Inhale, exhale. Open, close. Knees in. Hands up and down. Open, close. In, up, down. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Open, close. In, hands up. And release. Very, 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 very good. All right, stretch. Okay, move all this around here. Give a little rolly. And carefully roll on up. All right, if you've got it in you, go ahead and do our roll up. Your toes are pointed. Your inner thighs are squeezing together. You take an inhale to bring that head, neck, and shoulders. Now keep reaching that belly button back. And roll on back. Otherwise, you grab onto a leg and carefully bring yourself up. Okay, so we are going to come over onto our side. And you're going to have the arm extended long if you can. I don't really have enough room and I want to make sure you guys can see. So maybe I'll get a little diagonal. So your legs are long, your arm is long. You want to make sure that your hips are stacked, okay? So we're going to do a little side leg lift here. So both legs are going to come up at the same time. Your head stays down. And then you release, kind of barely touching the floor with your feet. All right, and then we just lift and lower, lift and lower, lift. You should feel this in your side here and also in your inner thighs because you're reaching. Inhaling down, exhaling, lifting. Your hand can definitely be in front of you on the floor, or if you want to challenge yourself, you can bring it to your hip. Let's do 2 more on this side. Ooh, I'm rocking and rolling a little. And release. So we'll just carefully roll on up and switch to the other side. So your legs are extended long, arms are extended long. Check in with those hips. Look down at yourself. It's so easy to fall back into the hips, all right? And sometimes when you're on the very front of your hips, it can be a little uncomfortable on that thigh if you get a little bit of a thicker thigh like me. So hands can come on hip or right in front of you to stabilize you. Either way is fine. Lift those feet just a tiny bit off the floor. Inhale, exhale, lift, lower, 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 lift, lower. One more, and release. Good, all right. So come on over onto your knees here. Let's just take a little stretch and rest pose for a minute. So those hands are gonna come in front of you. Belly button is still reaching through the spine. You want to kind of feel like you're lifting your abs off of your thighs here as you breathe. Glide the shoulders down your back. Nice big breaths. And then slowly roll on up. Roll those shoulders back. And now we're going to come to our little chair here. So let's get our chair in a good position. I will do it both from the front and from the side so you can kind of get a feel of what I'm doing. What I'm going to do here is really open up those shoulders a little bit with some shoulder stretching. So from the front, and you can use the stick too. You can use like a stick too, that's fine. All right, you want to basically be able to sort of rest your stick or your resistance band. I like the resistance band for this because it just gives you a little bit more leeway within the shoulder joint because it's a really tender joint. So I urge you to all be very careful as you are doing this and really pay attention to your body. Okay, so your arms, and I think you'll have to play with your resistance a little bit as you do these. But the first exercise, we just pause here, we take an inhale, the arms come up overhead. Make sure that those shoulder blades are drawing down and back. Your shoulders are away from your ears. We bend the elbows east to west. Your belly button is still reaching towards spine. You're in that nice tall, seated, supported position. Reaching back up, inhale, return to start. So we exhale up, inhale, exhale, inhale. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale down. We exhale up, bend those elbows. You should feel a little bit of a shake because you're really reaching those elbows away from you, okay? Feel the opposition between the elbows reaching and the shoulders gliding down your back. Feel that underarm connection. Keep that going. We'll do 2 more of these. Inhaling up. Exhale, reach those elbows east to west, but keep those shoulders down and away. Reach up, down. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Exhale, inhale. Sorry, I messed up the breathing a little bit. Okay, roll those shoulders out. So you should feel some burning in there. Now this next one is an overhead shoulder stretch. So you're going to feel a stretch in your pecs, you're going to feel a stretch in your shoulders, shoulder blades. Now this is where you may need to make a little bit more room for yourself. And if you have a stick, you might want to go as far out as you can because we're going to be bringing our arms up and over. Only go as far as your body will let you. Do not force anything, okay? Shoulders again, very, very, not unstable, but just, they can be tender little things, all right? So if you've got a lot of mobility in your shoulders and you want to feel the stretch, have that be really close to you and you'll come up and over and down. But I like the resistance band again because it gives you some leeway. So find your comfort zone, find that spot that's just comfortable enough but pushes you enough to get a good stretch. So you're down by your legs. Take an inhale, lift up overhead. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, allow those arms to go behind and come to the back of your body. Touch your bum. Keep that belly button engaged. Inhale, exhale. Inhale up, exhale back. Feel that stretch through the chest. Inhale up, exhale back. Inhale up, exhale back. Keep going. I'll do a couple with my Swiffer stick so you can see. Inhale up, exhale back. Ooh, inhale up. It's harder with the Swiffer stick because you don't have any of that leeway that the band gives you. But you can work your way up to the Swiffer stick, if ever. I personally don't think it's necessary, but if you want to do it, do it. Let's do 1 more of those. Go ahead. Finish up. Enjoy that stretch. Very good. We'll move on to the next. So sort of choke up a little. You don't really ever wrap your hands around. You can, if you want to choke up, sort of get them into your hands, and you want to extend out long, okay? So you are a nice long T, okay? And a lot like we do the tilt in our work on the box on the reformer with our abs, we're going to do this, we're going to do a tilt here. The goal is to really keep, whichever side to which you're bending, you want to try to keep that waist nice and long. So the arms come out. Take an inhale to prepare. Keep that belly button to spine. Keep that low back protected by keeping the low abs engaged. Take an inhale. Exhale. Lift up and over that right rib cage. Feel that deep stretch through the left. Draw back up. Exhale, bend. Draw back up. Now here, another challenge is to keep both hips equally weighted and keeping those shoulders drawing down and back. Just as much a cue for myself as it is for you. Inhale up and over. Try to feel the length through your waist. Inhale up and over. And draw back. Let's do 1 more of these on each side. Exhale. And come back center. Release that for a second. Shake out your wrists, you might need to. Sometimes it is actually nice to use the bar for this. All right, and you can use the bar for this next one, or you use the band. It doesn't make a difference. But you want to keep those shoulder blades down and together. Feel that underarm connection, but don't allow your back to arch like this. Always keep those abs pulling back. All right, now we just do our twist, our little spine twist. So we take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, twist, we pulse, pulse. Inhale, draw back center. Exhale, twist, pulse, pulse. Inhale, draw back center. Exhale, twist, pulse, pulse. Draw back center. Keep going. I'll do it with the band. Twist, twist, inhale, center. Twist, twist, inhale, center. Twist, twist, inhale, center. Twist, twist, inhale, center. We'll do one more on each side. These are great exercises to do every single day, because what I find is when I'm a little bit less mobile or I'm stressed, one of the huge areas of tension, and this goes for me and probably most people, is all through the neck and the shoulders. And if you can start to get that engagement under the armpits just throughout the day, you can take so much of that stress out of your trapezius muscles here and your neck, where you're just like, somebody give me a massage. Okay, so let's move this chair over, and we're gonna do a little version I came up with of, I'm sure I'm not the first to ever do it, but of a spinal articulation up against the wall. Sort of a take on parakeet, which we do sometimes for fun. But it'll be a little bit easier to do parakeet here. So bring your butt up against the wall and then roll on in. So you really want to feel your sit bones right up against the wall. Your legs are nice and long. Okay. Your fingertips are reaching long. Those shoulder blades are down and away. Belly is engaged. So we take a big inhale here, and let's just start this slowly and we'll cut it out on. As we exhale, go into a pelvic curl, pubic bone to belly button. Your knees will naturally start to bend. Roll all the way up. Use your feet to support you. Reach those heels through the wall. Come to a point where your thighs are perpendicular with the wall, and your belly button is in toward the spine, and your pubic bone is reaching up toward the belly button. So you're in that nice starter position here. Now, if you're feeling like you're in your neck, come down a little bit onto the base of your shoulders. Inhale at the top, exhale, roll down, trying to keep that pubic bone toward the belly button. If this is too much on your body right now, maybe you can just do a pelvic curl on a slightly elevated surface, or just a pelvic curl. Inhale, exhale. Come all the way up. Reach those knees toward the ceiling. Keep reaching the pubic bone toward the belly button. And rolling on down. Let's do that a few more times. You want to feel that nice release through that low back. A lot of hamstring engagement here. Come straight down each time. Reach those sit bones through the wall. Inhale, exhale. Keep those shoulders reaching down and away. Collarbone is wrapped. Roll on down. Now keep going like this. On the next one, I'm going to add on. If you choose to add on, have a ball. Inhale, exhale, curl. Come all the way up to that strong, stable position. Lift the left leg up, extend it back, touch the wall, back, touch the wall, back, touch the wall. Keep going. 2 more. Bring the other foot down to meet, and we'll roll on through. Then we'll do 1 more, and we'll add that to the other side, or you're just doing your regular, or you're done. Inhale, exhale. Into that strong position on the base of your shoulders. And lift the right leg. Reach back, touch the wall. 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Meet, reset, roll on through. Let those legs fall out east to west. And just stretch here and breathe for a moment. Try to feel a little opening up through those hips. And bring your soles of your feet together and just kind of press your legs toward the wall a little. It's kind of a little modified butterfly stretch here. You're just kind of shake that out. Legs come together. Make sure you kind of rock back and forth. Make sure your back is ready to come up. Okay, so we're going to carefully roll over to the side. And then we're going to come back onto our knees on all fours for a little bit of plank work. Then a little back extension, and then we're done. This is kind of a quickie. All right, so your hands, wrists are right underneath the shoulders, okay? You have an option of using your elevated surface and coming onto your elbows to practice your plank work, okay? If you have lots of wrist issues, shoulders issues, or you're just not there in your planks yet, always feel free to modify. I'd say it's probably better to be on an elevated surface if you're modifying, just so you can actually do what we're doing with the legs without too much of an issue. You can also always do anything standing up against something, okay? All right, so let's get into that. I'll say hands and knees. Wrists below shoulders, knees below hips. Make sure you have enough room here. Now, huge part of this is keeping that chin sort of lifted, not crazy lifted, but just keeping the chin away from being tucked under. So you are long from the top of your head through the tailbone. Engage those low abs, draw them together, tie them up, reach that belly button toward the spine, okay? As you're doing this, reach through the floor with the palms of your hands. And you have the tiniest micro bend in those arms. You don't want to lock in completely. You want to have that micro bend and really use under here to press through. Take that right leg back and reach that heel toward the wall behind you. Feel that deep stretch through the calf muscle. Just breathe into that for a minute. Stretch through there. Bring the knee back in. Bend back, reach that heel through. Feel that stretch through that back line. Bring the knee back in. Now we're going to bring both legs out. So one at a time. Reach back, reach through the heel. Other leg comes up, reach through the heel. Now, tuck that tailbone a touch. Not so much that you're squeezing your butt cheeks. You're more using your low abs to keep everything tucked. And get your shake. You'll feel a little shaky here. All right? And just hold this for a moment. So awesome if you can get into a hold position with your planks. It's so much, it's a full body exercise just sitting here in your plank for, however long you want to do it or however long you think you can. Start with 15 seconds, move to 30, 45, a minute, and then carefully bring those knees down and just sit back for a moment. Come back up. So now we're going to do a little plank with some movement with the legs. So this is technically called a front support. In Pilates, it's what we call a plank, front support, because we fancy. Reach that back, and then the other leg back. Soft bend in those arms, reach through. You don't want those shoulder blades to wing. Press through the floor. You can, you're strong. Now we're going to lift that right knee and draw it in, just kind of drag it along the floor, and then send it back. Do it on this side. A few more times. 2 more. If you got it. You can always bring that knee down if you need a break. Okay? And release. And come back. It's okay to do these gradually too. We don't want to hurt our shoulders. So let's sit back up and we'll do the same on the left side. And we reach back, reach back. Now we take that left knee, draw it in. You're using your low abs here to move those legs. Last one. And release. Sit it back. Roll it up. Roll those shoulders back. We're going to do one more where we alternate legs, 5 on each time, 5 on each side. So a total of 10 alternations. Alternating. So make sure that if you have to do this or come up against something that you do. All right, don't overdo it. Work your way up. Okay. So hands are under the shoulders. Pressing through the floor. Reach one leg back. Reach the other leg back. Keep that slight tug of the pelvis. That pubic bone is sort of reaching toward the belly button, so you feel that low back engaged. We just move one leg, back, left, back, right, back, left, back. This is 3, 3, 4, 4. Lift the chin. And stretch. Oh, good. All right. Now, let's end with a nice back extension. We'll come all the way down. So bring your elbows underneath you. I think we'll just kind of jazz it up with a little single leg kick here. If single leg kick is too much on your back, just go into your regular back extension. Inhaling up, exhaling down. But if you want to move it up a little bit, bring your elbows below your shoulders, clasp your hands together, reach those legs long. You lift the legs up, press the pubic bone into the ground. Kick the right leg, twice pulse, left leg, twice pulse. So you pulse, 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 kick, kick. Inhale, 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 exhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, 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 exhale, 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 exhale. Couple more times. Make sure you're reaching that pubic bone into the floor. Protect that low back. Lifting up. Shoulders are drawing down your back. Last one. Bum, 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 bum. And come back into your rest pose. Much needed stretch through that low back. Lift the abs away from the thighs. Inhale. Exhale. Reach your arms over to the right. Reach your hips to the left. Other side. Come back to center. Carefully roll on up. Let's roll those shoulders back. Come up to standing. Turn and face. Bring your feet about hip width distance apart. Take a big inhale. In. To heart center. One more. Hands to heart center. And I hope you enjoyed this and you feel stretchy and maybe even a little sweaty. I miss you all. I can't wait to see you. Take care.